with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2012 limited edition exclusive to only San Diego Comic-Con, and that's a very special version of Leonardo. Now, this actually has a really kind of cool story to it, and I'm going to show this off here in just a second. My wife and I were in line for this, and a gentleman was there, and he asked us to pick something else up for him. And he's like, "Are you getting, what are you going to be getting?" And we're like, "Well, we're getting the Ninja Turtle." And unfortunately, this was limited to only one per person. So I was there, my wife was there, and I wanted to get an extra one just to have it. So luckily, he offered to pick one of these up if we picked up something for him, so I could get all three that I actually wanted. So I go through, I buy my stuff, and I'm happy. My wife goes through, she buys her stuff. You know, I'm still happy. He goes through, he buys his stuff, he gives it to us, I give it to him, everything's hunky-dory. We're walking around, my wife and I, and we come across the Konami booth, and there was this really sweet lady who was like, "Oh my god, Ninja Turtles, I love Ninja Turtles. Do you mind if I, you open it up and show it to me?" And my wife's like, "Sure, no problem." So she opens it up, and opens it, and this is what we find. This package was autographed by Greg Sipes, who plays Mikey in the new Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action series. Now, you guys might know Greg Sipes. He plays Beast Boy on Teen Titans, plays Kevin Levin on Ben 10. So when I saw this, I was super thrilled. I'm like, oh my god, it's actually autographed by him. So it made this even more amazing. And opening it up, getting it out of the packaging, I'm going to set that right back there because I think it's awesome. Here is Leonardo. So very cool. And this is the Night Shadow Leonardo. As you can see, I'm just going to slide this guy right out. Well, maybe I'll slide him. Oh, he's all twisty tied in there. So I'll get that open here in a second. But as you can see, very cool. I absolutely love the way that looks. Absolutely awesome. Very comic book looking with the way that the black tone is with the green. So let me get him actually untabbed from in here, get him opened up, and let's take a closer look at this guy, shall we? Alright guys, so here we have the Night Shadow Leonardo open up and out of its packaging. And right off the bat, visually this thing is striking. The black and the green contrast so beautifully and absolutely grab your attention. I mean, this thing looks very wicked and super cool. As I said, visually this is just something that pops and just grabs your attention. But there is one tremendous downside to this. This figure has absolutely no articulation whatsoever. Not in his neck, his shoulders, elbows, nothing. Which has a lot of fans kind of confused because some time ago, we actually saw promo images of this and it had regular joints and it had all the articulation just like the retail version. And as you can see, the figures are identical. There isn't anything really different about them. They do have different feet that are molded, and I honestly think that the hands are a little bit different as well. But overall, this is the exact same figure. Now, setting him back to the back here, focusing on this guy, people are going to be wondering, why is that the case? What happened? Why did they take the articulation away? Well, what I did was directly go to Playmates to get the answer for you guys. And this is what they sent me back. "Hey Paul, we wanted to create a visually striking display figure to commemorate the launch of the new Ninja Turtles. And the visual concept was to create the illusion of the green glow coming from the manhole covers, the base that comes with the figure, reflecting on the turtle. Leo is the leader of the turtles, so we selected him to be the first exclusive figure that we are doing. We understand that some folks may be disappointed by the lack of articulation, but once Leo's limbs are moved, you do lose the effect of that visual illusion that I described. Hopefully the fans will like the striking pose and look of the figure, and get past the articulation that we had to sacrifice." And honestly, that makes total sense to me. I could completely buy into that whole idea. My only kind of, I guess, little qualm would be, if the light is coming from the bottom, wouldn't the majority of the light be focused on the bottom of the figure? You get a lot of light from the top, and specifically from the top side coming down, almost as if the light source is right here, reflecting down on him. That kind of makes sense, because when you look at it like that, there's a lot of light. You look at it on that side, there isn't as much light. So it really is kind of a confusing element that they decided to do. I mean, you got all this black, and like I said, it's like the light is just coming down on this particular side of them, not really emanating from the bottom. Now, you can totally see that on here because these are painted kind of as if the glow is coming from there, but I don't know. I have a weird feeling about this guy. I absolutely love the way it looks, and for an adult collector, it works perfectly. Removing the articulation, I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, especially in something like a Comic-Con exclusive that's not going to be available at retail. Retail, you want to give these to kids, so they want to have a lot of articulation. A kid really can't play with this. This is going to go on a collector's shelf and just stand there and look striking. And I really think it absolutely captures that. I mean, this thing, like I said, just is a very, very striking and very cool looking piece. The neon green, it definitely looks like he's being lit up at night, and I absolutely love that effect. And as I said, I can understand where a lot of fans would probably be a little bit confused, because when we first saw pictures of it, he had all the articulation points still. But again, like I said, totally understand their point. As soon as you move it and as soon as you take it out of this pose, you destroy that kind of appearance. That being said, I really do think that this is more of a collector-friendly piece, and that being the case, I don't mind this at all. I really do love it. And honestly, I hope they do more turtles kind of in this style. If they do the rest of the brothers, I would absolutely buy those without even hesitating. The only thing that sucked was this particular guy took me probably about 2 hours to get, just because the line at the Nickelodeon booth at San Diego Comic-Con was absolutely insane. But there you guys have the look at the Night Shadow Leonardo, exclusively from San Diego Comic-Con 2012. I hope this kind of answers some questions for some of you collectors that may be curious about picking this up, but are a little bit on the fence because you're like, wait, why? I hope I answered that why for you. But if you have any more questions, feel free to ask me and I can do my best to try to get some answers for you. So I hope you enjoyed this look, and until next time, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.